Kindly subscribe to YouTube channel and follow on Facebook page at Dr. Zabby's Talk Show.
Political power is not going to be served in a restaurant. It's not served in a la carte. This is what we are doing. It's being determined to do it. At all costs, fight for it, grab it, snatch it.
Yes, sir.
And run with it.
Yes, sir. Jagaban.
All right. Sure, you have heard that. And that is why I say Nigerians, we seem to forget a lot of things that are very important in a hurry. So let's analyze this situation now. What do you expect from a person that believes that political power must be taken by any means, should be snatched and run with it? These are the implications of such now. The fact is, this kind of person will always never be in that school of thought that believes that performance, general acceptance by people, is what will give you power. You don't need to perform. You don't need to make people's life better for you to gain power. You just have to snatch it, just like he said. You need to fight for it. And how do you snatch it? You snatch it by neutralizing opposition, number one. Secondly, making sure that all the institutions cannot challenge you, number two. And thirdly, by buying any other person that is ready to key into your ideologies. That is how you snatch political powers. And that is why you see the so much number of people defecting these days, not based on competence or performance, but they believe as long as you align with this force, evidence has proven that he has snatched it. So with him, power can be snatched and given to them. And that is why they are defecting. And again, look at what happened in the National Assembly. You also have to make sure that you have a National Assembly that cannot go contrary to what your desires are. You must make sure that you have them in your pocket. And that is why you bring somebody with past alleged illegalities, fraudulent activities, and make sure that you keep him there and always remind him that if you go contrary to this, you are supposed to be in jail. You will be in jail. And that is how you will keep the system in check. So if you're thinking there's a miracle, there's a magic that will happen, that is by performance, that this kind of person will think that when I make your life better, when I perform well, you vote for me. He doesn't think that way. Snatch it, grab it. And funny enough, we the youths, we the Nigerians, are facilitating and making sure that this thing happens. I still insist, the problem is with the common man. Till you wake up, nothing will change.
Gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì mo kí wa ipa kúbojú ọjọ́ ṣeré mo kẹ́yìn ìyá mo kẹ́yìn bàbá mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí àbúrò èmi ọmọ yẹn olólùfẹ́ yín ayé ọpẹ́ yọ ṣe ọlọ́tọ̀ sí yín náà ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ayé ọpẹ́ máa yọ fún wa lórí ọmọ lórí ìdáwọ́lé wa òun láyé ọpẹ́ ló máa fi máa yọ láì mọ gbàrà wa ní àkókò èyí tá fẹ́ gbéyẹ̀wò lọ́jọ́ títí òní òun ni wípé ó ní ká máa pe àwọn gọ́vnà wa nìkan kọ́ àwọn nìkan kọ́ làwọn máa pè sí àkíyèsí yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà làwọn ọba wa a rí àwọn olórí ìjọ tó ti ń jáde ńsìn láti sọ̀rọ̀ sókè ó lè jẹ́ wípé bóyá èmi nìkan ni mi ò tí ì rí bóyá ẹ̀yin kan ti rí wípé lẹ́yìn ìpàdé tí àwọn bàbá wa lọ́balọ́ba tó ti ṣe láti bí ọdún bíi méjì sẹ́yìn nǹkan ò tiẹ̀ wá tún wá rí báyìí gangan gbà yẹn gan ó tún wá burú ju ìgbà yẹn lọ bóyá lè rí fídíò tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọba wa wọ́n ti jáde wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti wá ké pàǹjarè fún ẹni tó brainwash àwọn ọmọ ìlú wípé kán dìbò fún lótìtọ́ àtòdodo Rome is not built in a day gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn ọba wa bọ́n ṣe sọ fún wa bọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwa ṣe mọ̀ wípé nǹkan yìí ó ti bàjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé 1000 ẹ lè tún nǹkan yìí ṣe pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n sọ pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí àwọn researcher níbi tá a wádìí ẹ̀ dé now nǹkan tí Òbí tó lọ sọ ní London yìí ṣé nǹkan tá a kọ́kọ́ ní èdè gangan nǹkan tó lọ tẹ́ndà síwájú Donald Trump pẹ̀lú meeting tán lọ ṣe ní kínní gbogbo wọn pátápátá wọ́n fi wá ń ṣe politics ni gbogbo wọn pátápátá almost straw tó ń fa ẹ̀jẹ̀ oníkálukú ni Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà burúkú ṣẹlẹ̀ sí èmi àti ẹ àní nípìn aburú nínú gbogbo rògbòdìyàn tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí bọ̀ ìbéèrè lèmi ń béèrè o wípé ṣé nǹkan tí Òbí lọ sọ ní London nínú meeting yẹn kò yé yín sìn ṣé nǹkan tó ń ṣe wá tàbí nǹkan tá because kó tó di wípé a ní ìdí ó ní a máa tẹ omi la máa tẹ̀ ká tó tẹ yanrìn tàbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ kó tó di wípé ó máa sọ wípé ó fẹ́ jẹun wàṣà àkọ́kọ́ prepare oúnjẹ náà ẹ má jẹ́ kí n gbà wá ní àkókò ẹ má jẹ́ n gbà wá lákòókò wọ́n fi wá play politics ni kò sí nǹkan kan lẹ́yìn nǹkan kan àwa kàn à ń láti máa tójú bọ̀ torí wípé àwọn kan tán bìlíìfù wípé irọ́ ni sẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn eléyìí ọmọ nǹkan tán ṣe wọ́n fẹ́ dà lúrú ni àwọn point táwa mú jáde láti lè fi mọ̀ wípé àwa ò dà lúrú ìrọ̀rùn eku ni ìrọ̀rùn ẹyẹ ìyẹn tí àwa mú mi rántí láti gbé fídíò kan wọlé wípé tó bá jẹ́ lẹ́yìn ìgbàrà lọ́n sọ wípé kí gbogbo áfíríkà tó wà nílùú òyìnbó pátápátá láti òkè délẹ̀ kan ní ká máa lọ kí la lè ṣe náà máa gbé fídíò yẹn wá.
What if every Nigerian abroad was deported all at once? No warning, just pack your load, it's time to go. The world shuts down. In UK hospitals, suddenly 60% of the staff are missing. Doctors are nowhere to be found and nurses too, and there are patients everywhere. And in Silicon Valley, tech companies start crashing, because guess what? That junior developer named Tolu was actually doing 80% of the work. The US economy drops, why? Because Nigerians stopped spending $600 on jollof parties every weekend. While back in Nigeria, the airports are full. Over 20 million people land in 3 days. Customs is shouting, where do you all think this is? Lagos becomes the new New York overnight. Uber surge price, 75,000 naira from Ikja to Lekki. Suddenly Nigeria has more PhDs than power supply. Engineers everywhere, but the transformer is still buzzing. And the government goes, let's harness this brain power. Meanwhile, NEPA says, ego take time. WHO declares a health emergency. Too many Nigerians missing from our hospitals. Harvard starts calling parents in Ibadan. Can your son come back and teach chemistry? Jollof rice becomes endangered in Europe. So what if all Nigerians were deported? Would it crash?
náà ni sísá wa kan ó wà ní Spain ó dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìwé ìgbélùú fún àǹfààní fún àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní Spain because ní àwọn ìlú òyìnbó wọ́n máa ń ní àǹfààní yẹn àwọn míì ó lè jẹ́ kan láàrin ọdún 5 àwọn míì ó lè jẹ́ kan láàrin ọdún 3 àwọn míì ó lè jẹ́ kan láàrin ọdún 10 ló máa ṣe wípé àwọn fẹ́ fún àwọn foreigner ní ìwé pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ ayélujára bó ṣe ń lọ yìí sìn ẹlòmíì lè ti gbọ́ ẹlòmíì lè má ti gbọ́ ẹlòmíì ẹ lè léèyàn ní Spain ẹlòmíì ó lè jẹ́ ní tó mọ̀ èèyàn tó ó fún wọn ní ó guide wọn ní àwọn information kan bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ wípé wọ́n lè follow máa gbé fídíò náà wá àjọ fi etí gbọ́ àjẹjọ fi ojú wò ó kó tó di wípé.
Hello, are you part of the few that decided to come to Spain? Their visa has expired and they're like, wait a minute, how do I get my permits here in Spain? If you are living in Spain, I'm lawyer Juliana. I'm an immigration, labor and civil lawyer. And today I want to give you 3 options as an immigrant with no paper, with no permit in Spain. So we have 3 actually, with the new law, where very soon, next month, 20th May, the government is giving you an exceptional way to get your paperwork done here, to get your permits here. And that is true what we call the arraigo social. I'll come back to it again. The arraigo social laboral, I'll come back. And then the arraigo socio formativo. So what's the arraigo social? That anybody that can prove that they have been here for the last 2 years. Wait, the last 2 years need to be proved by any document that is accepted by the government, okay, by the administration, that at least every 3 months you were here in Spain. Okay, so if you have a proof of that 2 years, then you have done some Spanish classes, you have done some courses that can prove that indeed you are integrated in the society, then of course you are eligible for the arraigo social. Now, maybe you did not get a time to do the Spanish, the Catalan classes, some courses, you don't have enough proof. Well, there's another option for you, which is the arraigo sociolaboral. That means you with a contract, a company offers you a contract, you can attach that with your proof of 2 years and you can get your permits here. Then we have the other option, which is the arraigo socio-formativo. It just means that you are willing to go back to school, whether to acquire skill, whether to further education, whatever it is. You too, you are allowed to be able to study here and they will give you a permit. That permit allows you to work up to 30 hours. Now, with the first two, which is arraigo social and arraigo sociolaboral, you'll be able to work and you'll be able to stay here in Spain. If you want more information, you can contact me through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook with the name Juliana Efiye Beko. Thank you.
Àkọ́kọ́ lọ sí èyí tí òbí sọ tó dẹ̀ kan àwọn ọba wa àti nǹkan tí àwọn olórí náà tó ń dìde tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ sókè. Báwo la fẹ́ ṣe, ọ̀nà bó la fẹ́ gbégbà jù wípé no going back ní àfi kí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè kó ṣàánú wa kó pín wa láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà. Èmi ò mọ̀ ìgbà tó jẹ́ ọ̀wọ̀ mo mọ̀ pé a máa lọ. Àkókò wo ni mi ò mọ̀, ìgbà wo ni mi ò mọ̀, bọ́ máa dé bí olè lóru ni. Ó dẹ̀ ti fẹ́ẹ̀ débẹ̀ báyìí nsìn tó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé ìrànlọ́wọ́ ló máa jẹ́ fáwa gan. Gbogbo ìlàkàkà wa tó jẹ́ pé ní ìṣẹ́jú àyà báyìí Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ mú gbogbo ẹ̀ á dẹ̀ sọ di bíntín bá máa ìgbà náà rèé bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ gbé àwọn fídíò náà wá kémi àti yín kájọ fojú rí. Ojú wo lẹ́yìn fi wò lọ́dọ̀ tí yín bọ̀ kó tó di wípé a máa lọ. Láì má tiẹ̀ tí wo fídíò kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ bá wa tẹ like. Ẹ bá wa tẹ like tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ nígbà àkọ́kọ́ ni ẹ má gbàgbé láti bá wa subscribe. God bless you. Let's go there.
Be the last person that will fold my hand, irrespective of whether I'm a man of God or not. Fold my hand, make fool and they can't kill me. I don't fit do one. Before they go kill me, I go first kill them before they go kill me. I go kill somebody.
Let me allow you and our viewers to see the videos of the Yoruba man that was first killed by the Fulani. Then we will continue. And so now, after seeing the video, after this, the next few minutes again, we are going to show you and our viewers the villages and the mosques of the Fulani were burnt down. And you can even hear the people appointed that they are speaking in Yoruba that enough is enough. What do you have to say about this? It seems that the Yorubas are now waking up and saying enough is enough.
Yes, I believe so. If they should rise, I believe so. If they can stand, I believe so. If they can, stand up to the expectation, because they contributed immensely on what the Fulanis are doing too. Because I didn't that Yoruba speak it up just the same way the Easterners have been saying it. This thing wouldn't have go viral the way it is now. How can you wake up every morning, the other day in Plateau, over 60 souls, they just kill and waste them as if they are not a human being? in Benue the other day. I saw somebody just ran to Lagos. What is that? He said that they are killing in the village, and he himself has to run for his own dear life. For how long? Look at in Bayi State. Look at in Enugu. The other 2 weeks ago, they killed, even to the point they killed a youth leader in Enugu State, and the governor is not doing anything. Then let me tell you, when they killed 16 of them in Urume, they find 16 of them in Urume. What happened? Atiku, Sanusi, Emir, and the rest of them, they began to run on social media, began to run, threatening Tinubu, and Tinubu himself has to dance to their music by sending soldiers, deploying soldiers. Are they the only citizens in this country? And moreover, they are not a citizen of Nigeria, they are strangers, and they came to Nigeria in 1914. What is going on? Enough of this nonsense, and I am happy if Yorubas could keep it up.
Now, we are looking at the fact that again, yesterday we saw the Igbos, the Igbo communities, they are saying that now we want the ESN because they are not telling Nigerians that find a way to protect yourself. That soldiers and Air Force police cannot be everywhere. Now that it seems that everybody is now saying, let's defend ourselves, I don't think that again that they might change their mouth and say, wait only for the police.
Listen and listen good. The best way for safety is Operation Defend Yourself. That is the best option. And the DG have already said it clearly that the way Nigeria is going, and as it is now, that everybody should find means to defend himself, that he has started it his own community. Look at what happened, what played in Bayi State. That was last month, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected anyway. Look at the way the Fulanis who went to a particular village and found people there on a Sunday morning, even the choosing members were part of the people that they fired. You understand? And what happened up to today? So funny enough, the Fulani governor they give to Bayi State now stood up and defended them, and even promised to give them 500 million for them to go to Mecca. What nonsense! You understand me? So all these things are the things that are supposed to be happening. We are human, and we, the Biafrans, we the IPOB, we are the Igbos. We know where we come from. It is our father's land. Self-determination is not a crime. It's not a sin.
Now let me wait a minute. Let me allow you and our viewers to see what the Yorubas also did in Shagamu. They have burned down the villages of the Fulanis and also burned down their mosque. Now they arrested some of the Fulanis. I'm talking about the Yoruba people. But then they said they have handed them over to the police. That's what they said. It's in the video when they spoke Yoruba. That's what I'm just writing it. So you watch the videos and our viewers, and we'll come back again and round off this conversation.
ti pé ogun ti dé sílẹ̀ Yorùbá báyìí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ní irọ́ ni pé wọ́n lè attack Ṣàgámù ìráyè ní abúlé tàwa yàbí ìráyè ṣe ti rí lẹ́yìn Mosimi filling station NNPC gbogbo base àwọn Fúlàní òun ni wọ́n ti ń jẹ́yàn gbé láti bí oṣù kan kò kàn mí kò kàn mí. ṣe rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé kò kàn mí kò kàn mí. ṣe rí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé ó ti pẹ́ láti bí oṣù méjì sẹ́yìn ni wọ́n ti ń kidnap níbí báyìí ìgbà tó wá di ilé níyì ni wọ́n gbé AK-47 ni wọ́n wá fèsì àwọn tó wà ní abúlé so wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gbé ìyá kan lọ bọ́ adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé àwọn tó wá fèsì náà àwọn ọdẹ náà ni so kó tó di pé information kan ó kàn wá lára ànídàá ti dárúkọ àwa tí information kàn lára tọrọ wa wá pé ká wá síbí báyìí ìgbà tá a máa dé báyìí so gbogbo abúlé wọn lélẹ́yìí wọ́n ti kó ìyàwó wọn lọ lánàá láì mọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe operation ní lẹ́ni gbogbo wọn ìyàwó wọn ti kó wọn kúrò mí gbowó ìbàyìí ìgbà tó máa di èní yìí ni wọ́n ṣe wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú AK-47 but kó tó di pé adé bí àwọn ti abúlé náà wọ́n náà gbìyànjú wọ́n ṣàkitiyan torí àwọn ọdẹ náà ni wọ́n but wọ́n ríyàn méjì mú nínú wọn but àwọn méjèèjì yẹn gbàdá máa fi mú wọn àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti dé bá wọn bẹ̀ so àwọn ọlọ́pàá wọ́n ti gba àwọn méjèèjì yẹn wọ́n ti kó wọn lọ sí police station so ibẹ̀ náà là ń recover yìí tí ẹ̀ ń rí bó ṣe lọ yìí so ó ti dé o Ìṣàgámù má sùn àti padà o. ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ má sùn gbogbo àwọn atakọ̀ òpè bóyá ṣeré ni kò lè kan Ṣàgámù kò lè kan Ṣàgámù òun lẹ ti rí yẹn o gbogbo ẹ̀yin baálé oníjẹkújẹ tẹwà ní Rẹ́mọ tẹwà ń lẹ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin ọba tẹ́ ń gba Fúlàní láàyè ṣẹpẹ́ ilẹ̀ ń gbẹ̀bọ̀dẹ̀ fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá báyìí ṣẹ ti rí torí ẹ má dẹ̀ gba Fúlàní láàyè mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ báyìí gba Fúlàní láàyè lórí ilẹ̀ yín ti máa.
Have what it takes, the ability, the capability, the strength And let me tell you, both to the spiritual and the physical angle of it. These are the people that have matched the Fulanis one-on-one. And they did not just match Fulanis, but they conquer Fulanis. And these are the only people that Fulani is only afraid of. Fulani is not afraid of Nigerian police. They are not afraid of Nigerian military. They are not afraid of Nigerian Space Security Service, SSS. They are not afraid. And that pain and their blood is to Islamize this country. And these are the people that Sanusi group of company, Atiku group of company, and the Arufai group of company, Muhammadu Buhari group of company. These are the people that they are using. And these are the people carrying AK-47. Because I don't know the original herdsmen. They don't carry AK-47. They only hold stick.
Stars brought to my attention what is actually happening in the north. And I want every one of you to listen to this.
No be me talk about, but you don't finally read for the Fulanis. The emir of Muri, Taraba State, is telling the Fulanis to vacate. That is giving them 30 days to vacate Taraba State. What is going on? What is going on that the emir of Taraba State is telling these people to vacate? That if they did not vacate, it will neutralize them. No be me talk about. Listen to this video.
Ku yan uwanmu ne mun yadda ku yan uwanmu ne mu muku maraba to ina son tambaye ku mu kan musulmi ne ku kuma da kuka so yan uwanmu musulmi ne ko ku ba musulmai ba dole ku bada wannan amsa in ku musulmai ne ko ku zauna daji ku zo kuna daukan mu daya sai mun bada kudi ku daina don wannan Allah bai yarda da shi ba in kuma ku ba musulmai bane ku gaya mana mun yi fada da kafiran da za mu yi da na yanzu don haka duk wani bawa a kasar nan daga yau ya kirga na bashi kwana 30 idan an shi gaba da zuwa gari a kama mu a kashe ku kuma ba ku fito kuka saya kuka fada da wanda wannan yake yi ba to mu kuma za mu zalayi duk inda muka sami bororo za mu kashe shi ba za mu tambayi sunansa ba ba za mu tambayi abin da ya kawo shi ba ba za mu tambayi inda yake ba in za mu kare amma gaskiya dole fita bana yadda za a yi wani shege ya zauna daji ya ɗauki matanmu ya zo ya zina da shi to ku kuma mutanen gari sun kani iware duka ku ji an sami hakimi guda mahango guda yana hada baki da barayi kuna ganin wayan sanda suka bashi beli sannan ya koma garin ku kuna hauka ne to diga yau ku ji duk wanda aka kama shi a gari yana hada baki da yan fashi to za mu kashe uwansa za mu kashe ubansa za mu kashe kaninsa za mu kashe wansa kuma yan sanda ku ji mun yadda ku yan sandan Najeriya ne za mu ku darajar ku amma da muka gani dan sanda ya kama kidnapper ya sake shi mu kuma za mu non gunmen na yiwo ba yadda za a yi mu zauna ba za mu yi bacci a gidajenmu ba talaushin da muke ciki ya ishe mu ba da mu bari wani kuma ya kara ba don haka zan kara gororo ardo duk
got a $1 billion web app
that you need to watch her own response.
There are majorly two tribes in Kano State. So we have the Fulani people and the Hausa people. All those ones you can say Hausa Fulani, they are individual. There are people who are just Hausa and there are other people who are just Fulani. Okay? There's nothing like Hausa Fulani as one ethnic group. They are putting in two different tribes into one to make it an ethnic group. So please, Hausa people and Fulani people, the former people who lived in Kano were known as the Maguzawa or are known as the Maguzawa. There are two major tribes, the Fulani people and the Hausa people. I don't know if there are any other tribes located in Kano State or from Kano State, but majorly the Kano State have only two tribes, the Fulani and the Hausa people. So if you know anything about any other tribe that I did not mention here that are indigenous people of Kano State, let me know in the comment section.
I'm watching you closely, little gypsy. You are a Fulani lady. You try to deceive people to talk about Fulani so you can find place in Nigeria to deceive people to tell the people Fulani I'm from Nigeria. Fulani are not from Nigeria. Fulani gypsy, you have to know that. Fulani have no land, no culture, no clothes, no origin, no food.
Even the language, they feel shame to speak in Pulpildo. You know that. They have no clothes. The clothes you're wearing, like 1 month ago, it's house of clothes. Fulani are gypsy. Listen to me, gypsy lady, Fulani lady. I'm not going to let you to deceive Nigerian people. You are a Fulani lady. Stay away from houses. Stay away from houses. We are the Hausa people. Hausa land is for Hausa people. Fulani have no land in Nigeria. Not only in Nigeria, in Africa. Because they are not from Africa. You got it? You are nothing. You absolutely a little liar. You absolutely a little gypsy. You got it? If you don't stay away for Hausa people, I will let people to know who you are. Shut up and stay away from houses. Our great tribe in your dirty mouth. You got it? Clearly not from Nigeria. I will let you to know now.
And that is it. You can imagine. Hausa Fulani, people are mopping it up because the Fulanis use Islamic religious affiliation to colonize the Hausa people. And today, the Hausa people have no place, even in their homeland. Whereas the invaders, the people who are foreigners in Nigeria, have not taken possession of their homeland. And that is why you see this emir. I was even surprised to still see an emir that is still an Hausa person in the north. Because if you check it, political appointments, political positions, governorship, senate, House of Rep members, and the rest of them are all being taken by the Fulanis. Whereas the Hausas are being decimated, have been reduced to the background. Today, they are finding their voices. One of them spoke to me from Maiduguri, and of the Fulanis. And people doesn't seem to take this very seriously, especially people in government. And what is the root cause of all of this? Open grazing. Why is it now difficult for government to ban open grazing in Nigeria? We are going to answer that on subsequent videos.
Governor and Labour Party leader Peter Obi is attending the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council Trade and Investment Summit in London. On Tuesday, Peter Obi advised African leaders on how to deal with the economic challenges resulting from US President Donald Trump's trade tariffs. The Labour Party leader highlighted Africa's contribution to global trade, stating that the GDP remains low. He urged African leaders to focus on creating value, increasing innovative production, and prioritizing sectors like agriculture, which could transform Africa into a major global agricultural force. Let's listen in.
Africa needs leaders that will prioritize productivity, especially investing in critical areas of development, investing in education. You need to invest in educational skills because it will provide the workforce that is needed for productivity in Africa and the world. Africa needs to invest today in the world food market or productivity. Africa just contributes about approximately 300 billion. Yet they have vast cultivated land, which if properly cultivated and given attention could go up to 1 trillion. So Africa can actually be a net exporter of food.
right. I mean, I think Peter Obi's comment there was quite apt. I mean, he made a lot of comments. He also stressed the need to invest in Africa's young population to create a skilled workforce and increase productivity. He also pointed out Africa's significant potential, including its large workforce, plentiful natural resources, and fertile land. I mean, those were some of the comments that he also made during that meeting. I mean, it comes really at the time of this Trump's trade tariffs. This is how we need to increase. I mean, it's Africa first at this point, and we need to put that forward. And I'd like to take this tweet from Cheji Vincent, who commented on Peter Obi's his point. I mean, he's always moving, saying those moving from consumption to production. And,
exactly.
you know, I think that, you know, the fact that he urged African leaders to capitalize on, you know, our young workforce and, you know, increase human capital development in terms of even agriculture. Your thoughts on that?
Look, Peter Obi was spot on. Agriculture in Nigeria is growing at sub 1.3%, right? Livestock is in recession, fisheries and forestry are struggling. So you need these investments in order to be able to push things. So we have a food crisis. And most important of all, you need electricity. About 600 million Africans don't have access to electricity. So if you're going to be, you know, pushing production forward, you've got to have good roads, you've got to get these into market and so on and so forth. And look, as far as intra-Africa trade, we need more ports. One of the reasons why we struggle with trade within Africa is we don't have enough ports on the continent. So Peter Obi is spot on, and well done to Kaduna. This is where we need to go.
Yes, kudos to Kaduna State Government and, of course, AFDB. Dr. Bati.
Yes. The table. Let me start with Mr. Peter Obi. I think I agree with him on everything that he said.
Yeah.
What he was saying, by way of summary, is that Africa is the last frontier because we have just about 2 to 3% share of global trade. We have just about 2% of global GDP, and yet, he pointed out, he reminded us, he reminded our forum at the CITS Commonwealth event in London, that look, Africa has a population of 1.5 billion people. Africa has a youthful population of about 1 billion people in 54 countries. People who are very energetic.
Yes.
And that the situation in which we have found ourselves, you know, does not reflect the resources that we have, not just in terms of human beings, but also in terms of mineral resources. We have arable land, we have natural resources. We cannot afford to be behind. And he is now saying that Trumpism, the disruption of the world by Trump, should be a wake-up call for African leaders to look inwards and to find homegrown solutions to see how they can engage the world. But he also noted, and I also agree with him, that the problem with Africa is leadership. So on all of those points, you cannot argue with him. So he's asking for productivity, he's asking for human capital development. All these young people, you know, all over Nigeria and the rest of Africa who are unproductive, who are just milling around because the state failed them, they should be put to productive use. So he's entirely on point, to borrow Rotu's phrase.
We'll take another story now. Human rights.
PDF filler. Freedom with number one.
Because this one no president. President don't change the because this one no president, they arrest him. Both of them are retired. This man is retired, but they refused to. He was not tired. This one is tired and he's refusing to retire. I'm tired. So there's no reason why they should be treated differently. Let me even tell you, this man, when he collects his own extension, he go transfer and give to this man. 50%. This man collects his own. He don't reach this man. That's the problem. And the man, they say, as long as this one no go, himself not will go.
And this one no get power. This one get power to remove this one, but this one now we the masses will remove this one. Tinubu must go.
Well, sure. He's relentless, really. I mean, isn't this the same thing that they arrested him for, Dr. Abati, calling the IGP illegal? But that post has gone around social media, quite funny, the way he posted it out. But he's making some points there, Dr. Abati. Over to you, really quickly.
This is not new. Yes. This matter has been on the table since 2024. Yes. And I think that both the Nigerian Bar Association and the federal government already provided an explanation for what he calls the extension of the IGP's tenure. Some other persons within the civil service arena, that the president extended their tenure. There have also been controversies in that regard. However, what I find amusing about this is the resilience of Omoyole Sowore, his determination, the passion that he brings to this. I mean, since his university days at the University of Lagos, he has been, I'm sure he went to that protest after leaving court, and then he just started another one. So I admire people like him. It's like to protest, to be active, to always look for one trouble or the other. It's a kind of oxygen to him. But I guess that in society we need spirits like that.
Yeah.
The Omoyele Sowores, the Ganufa Wehimes, the Femi Falanos, who just like to just jump up and say, we are fighting. This thing is coming up. No matter the level of argument, they just stay with their level of argument. I mean, the last time I spoke with him, he said he had a matter in court. I said, okay, go. He said, don't worry. Everything will be okay. Everything will be fine.
He's so confident, really. Well, all right.
But society needs activists because they raise issues, they set agenda, they draw attention to issues of importance.
We'll follow up on this story.
mo kí wá pé àpòjọ ọjọ́ ṣe rí mo kẹ́yìn bàbá mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí àbúrò mo rò pé gbogbo wa pátápátá láti rí gbogbo àwọn fídíò sí àgbéwá yìí ojú wo lẹ fi wò ó ẹ̀yin ọba wa ó ga o àfi kí Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú fún wa àwọn ọba gọ́vnà kó tó di wípé ó kan torí àwọn ọba àwọn ló campaign fún gọ́vnà àwọn náà ló campaign fún president fúnra rẹ̀ gan tá a dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé kò sí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ lè wọ́ọ̀kì bọ́rọ̀ jẹ̀bú lè wọ́ọ̀kì ó wọ́ọ̀kì tì ó wọ́ọ̀kì tí lè wọ́ọ̀kì ẹ ṣé gan ni ibi báyìí la máa mú ètò dúró sí ní ọjọ́ títí òní mo kẹ́yìn ìyá mo kẹ́yìn bàbá mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí àbúrò èmi ọmọ yín olólùfẹ́ yín ayé ọpẹ́ yọ tó bá yọ lọ́dọ̀ títí yín náà ẹ bá mi táìpẹ̀ síbẹ̀ pé ayé ọpẹ́ yọ. God bless you. One love. Bye for now.